Hi there, thank you so much again for joining me on this channel. As always, I'm very grateful for all your previous views, likes, subscriptions and shares. My apologies, I've been away for a little while, but obviously it's exam season. So perhaps like yourselves, I've been getting ready, prepping the youngsters for their tests. But fear not, I've still been playing around with AI. And so let's see what I've discovered. I was very grateful that somebody on the previous video made a comment about using AI for revision. Thank you so much for doing that. And that gave me the idea and the energy to think about, well, how can I use this amazing tool for exam preparation? So taking the OCR GCSE full course, the Christian Perspectives on Moral Issues, or just call it Moral Issues paper, I decided to see if I could come up with some prompts to help generate model answers for the youngsters. And first of all, this is not the whole prompt. It's simply too big to show on the slide. What I will do is that down below in the comments or in the bio or somewhere like that, I will make sure that all the prompts are available, because what I realized is that I needed a prompt, one for Christianity, one for Islam and one for the moral issues paper. So here's a snapshot of the moral issues paper, and as we know, it's all about precision, so I needed to make sure that in the prompt it contained the actual unit number. After doing that, I realized that, as always, there are 3 papers and I needed to make sure that in Gemini she was aware that you needed a technique for each particular part of the question. So this particular paper has a part A, B, C and D. So I needed to tell Gemini for part A you need to structure answers like this, and for part B like this, part C and so forth. So for a part D, one of the core aspects is that youngsters need to draw on learning from across the course of study. So it's bringing everything done in those first papers, i.e. the year 10 work, and showing a complete and whole understanding. So here we are with Gemini, and simply hit, you want to do a new chat, copy and pasted it in here, and also 4 questions to answer. These questions were supplied from somebody on TESS on their resources, something like £2 or £3. And they'd really kindly gone through, typed up all the previous OCR questions, plus some bonus practice ones. That saved me a lot of time. So thank you so much for doing that. And all you do is, I asked to make sure that you have the questions there with the prompt above it, and then you click submit, and it will then generate some model answers. So describe what's meant by the term humanism, outline one Christian view about proselytization, etc, etc. So it worked out quite nicely. Okay, there's still some bits that can be edited, still some bits that might have to be checked out, because remember, with using AI, it's the prompt and also that personal touch at the end, that human interaction, to make sure that it is all okay. I'll make sure blah 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 blah. I shall make myself super teeny tiny on the right hand side of the screen. My next example comes to an episode of The Simpsons called She of Little Faith. It's a very famous Christmas episode where Lisa converts to Buddhism, starring Richard Gere. It's a resource I've had for a while, just hanging around on disk, on the hard drive. I can't remember where exactly I had it first, but I wanted to use it in a way for introducing Buddhism. So I took this entire prompt and then put it into Gemini. There's a couple of things you need to be aware of. First of all, the class hadn't done anything on Buddhism before. And secondly, I just wanted to make sure it included some keywords and ideas to help start their journey of exploration into Buddhism. So copy and paste the prompt into Gemini. Okay, all fairly straightforward. Hit submit. And what I was really excited to come up with was this, which I found a really helpful starting point. So first of all, comes up with a little introduction, okay, which is very helpful. And then some key terms or key words. The questions, okay, that I wanted for the episode. pretty much got it right. Okay, I wasn't looking for anything necessarily deep and meaningful, just something in that 22.5 minutes that would allow the youngsters to have that narrative arc. So, for question 2, where do Homer and Bart get the idea to build a rocket, for example? Okay, and then number 3, how does Lisa first encounter Buddhism? Fairly straightforward questions, just so the youngsters can follow the story. And then some of the tasks were really brilliant. So thinking about both empathy and perspective, defining key terms, visualizing concepts, okay, and of course, if you're not happy with it, you can always redo with the button at the bottom, and it will sort of sharpen up, okay, some of the tasks. But I found it really, really helpful. It saved me a great deal of time. Crucially, I knew the resource, the video, incredibly well that episode. I know it inside out, and that helped me as well. So if you don't know the episode, okay, you still need to watch it so you understand it. But I think this is where, for me, a really powerful fusion of my own very limited subject knowledge and AI supporting me as I put together these resources. Anyway, I do hope that was of some use to you. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your comments and your likes and shares. And if you're able to, please do so, and also subscribe. Until I see you next time, enjoy your learning.